Hey everybody, Yankee here. Today I want to talk a little bit about the new ruling from the ATF regarding pistol braces. Now, there have been a lot of questions coming into me over the last 24 hours about this, and I have been reluctant to answer them because I had no clue what was going on. I hadn't had time to research it yet. Well, now I have, and I think I have a small understanding of what's happening. I mean, I'm not the brightest bulb, so maybe I'm wrong about some things. And if I am, feel free to let me know and let my viewers know in the comment section if I'm wrong about something, and I'll readdress it later. But like I said, they've had this new ruling, and there's a lot of questions coming in about it. Seems like the major questions are pistol braces illegal now? Can you actually still buy them? If you've already bought them, can you actually still own them? If you have them on a gun, do you need to disassemble that gun? Or as a lot of people are saying, you either have to register it or surrender it? Well, let's try to answer a lot of those questions, along with the question, and a lot of people seem to be asking, of why now? Why is the ATF choosing now to do this? Well, first off, let's deal with the other questions, the ones I mentioned first here. As of now, can you buy pistol braces? Yes, you can still buy pistol braces. Pistol braces themselves are not illegal. There's nothing illegal about them. No more illegal than just a regular stock. You can buy a regular stock. You just can't put it on a pistol caliber rifle, or whatever. Short barreled rifle, an SBR. You can't put it on what do they call them? High powered handguns, or else it turns it into an SBR. Same thing with pistol braces. You can buy as many of them you want. But the ATF has said that now they are considered stocks, basically. That's the big change there. And a lot of people have said, well, how is this unlike what they've just did with bump stocks, where that got overturned because they didn't have the right to say bump stocks were machine guns because it didn't meet the definition. Well, with pistol braces, it's been very clear from the beginning. All of us know that they were designed to put to your shoulder. They were designed to take the place of a stock. So they just said, well, they're stocks. So it's a little different. Now, does that mean it won't be overturned? No, it doesn't mean it won't be overturned. It can still be overturned. But here's what it means right now. Yes, you can still legally buy them. Yes, you can still legally own them. I wouldn't be worried about being charged with, future intent, or what is it called? Creative intent or something like that. Just simply because you have the parts. That doesn't usually happen as long as you're not committing other crimes. In fact, I've never seen it happen. Constructive intent, that's what it is. But yes, you can still own them. And if you still have them on a gun right now, if you've got a pistol that you've got one on and it's not an SBR because when you bought it, you were told it was a pistol brace and not a stock and was totally legal. Well, right now, it's not legal to do that. So my advice to you would be, as far as whether you should disassemble it or register it, I wouldn't disassemble it. Like I've said many times, if you've got one, it's in use, you've put it on a gun, don't worry about it. Just don't make a big fuss about it. Don't go to people like, look what I got. Is this legal? Should I be doing this? Shut up. I don't care if you've got guns that have stocks on them that aren't legal. I'm not going to rat on you. And the ATF ain't going to come looking for you unless you do something else wrong. So don't worry about it. That's my advice to you. And I am not a lawyer. And I am also, like I said earlier, not that bright. So maybe you shouldn't take my advice, but that's my advice. Shut up about it. I've been saying that for a long time. As far as registering it, no, you don't register it. Why would anyone register a gun with a pistol brace on it? If you're going to register it, put a stock on it. Nobody wants a pistol brace. A pistol brace is just there because you can't have a stock, which is why we need to get rid of the NFA so that you can just have a stock. We've had pistol braces for 10 years now, and it hasn't had an increase of crime related to people putting pistol braces on guns and using them in a wrong way or a malicious way. So it shows that the whole idea that stocks on short barrel rifles is dangerous, it shows that that's all garbage. So, but you would never register it with a pistol brace on it. Just register it. If you're gonna put a regular stock on it, SBR it. If you're not going to put a regular stock on it, like I said, don't worry about it. Shut up. That's one of the main things. Like I said, they're not illegal. The gun you own is not illegal. You've been told in the past it's legal. And right now it seems like the only thing they've made illegal is the intent to create an SBR. which means even if they did come to you and charge you, they would have to show that you knowingly and intentionally created an SBR. And if you have a downloaded copy of that little letter that says, hey, these are legal, it's going to be really hard for them to say, oh, they heard every other thing we said and now they knew they had an SBR. Most people have never heard what the ATF just said. So do you think they have a winning case here? No, they just had to make a ruling here. And that brings us to, why are they doing it now? Why are they making a big issue about this? Well, it's not the ATF. The ATF was ignoring pistol braces. The ATF didn't give two shits about pistol braces. I've talked to people in the ATF. A lot of gun channels do. And they didn't care about pistol braces. They don't care about most violations of the law as long as you're not committing other crimes. Like if you've got an SBR in your basement that isn't registered and you never take it out, it's there in a locked crate until, the apocalypse comes, they're not going to come looking for it. Unless you're also like human trafficking or selling drugs or something else too, or knocking over convenience stores. They don't care. The only reason that they had to start paying attention to these is because retailers, manufacturers, FFLs started saying, hey, look at what I just made. Let's make some stink about it so people will know about them and buy them. Let's get some publicity. So let's ask the ATF if I can actually have these. And at first the ATF said, yeah, you can have them. Well, that didn't really gun up as much business as they wanted. They needed more negative publicity. They need people to be afraid that they wouldn't be able to get them again tomorrow. So they started pushing the boundaries and pushing the boundaries. And then eventually you had the honey badger come out and the ATF could no longer ignore it. They were like, these people are clearly just making stocks to make go around SBRs, and they're pushing the issue, sending letter after letter and creating gun after gun and more brace-like pistol braces, or more like stock-like pistol braces. Some of them that you could never use as a pistol brace. It wasn't even designed. That was clearly a stock. It just had a strap of fabric put on it. So it's like, oh, look, you can Velcro it to your arm. So the ATF had to say something because, like I said, the people who were profiting off this wanted to make it more and more visible and make it have more and more, fear of it being taken away. So they kept pushing the boundaries, saying, hey, can I have this? When if they would have just designed stuff with pistol braces, never asked the ATF after the ATF first said, yeah, they're legal, none of this would have happened. It's all about a self-fulfilling prophecy here. The industry that was making them wouldn't have profited off of them much because who wants a pistol brace? I would rather have a stock. I'd rather have a full SBR. I would even pay the extra $200 to have an SBR over buying one of them crappy pistol braces. And if I was really that set on having SBRs around that I didn't want the government involved in, I'd just make them and then keep my mouth shut. No one would ever know I had them. So that's the way, and like I said, advice of an idiot. Remember that. So that's why they're doing it now, because people in the industry that had a financial interest in pushing it kept pushing it. And if you came to our live chats years ago, which we've been doing this for years, I still do one every night, 6 p.m. Pacific time, except Monday and Wednesday when it's 5 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to come, there's a link in the upper corner. We've been saying in the live chats for years, shut up. Manufacturers, make what you're going to make and shut up. Make your pistol braces however you want to make them. Then don't send letters to the ATF saying, look what we did. Now this is clearly a stock, but we've got a strap of fabric on it. So don't say nothing bad to us so that people pay attention and we get a GoFundMe and a bunch of products sold. That's what we've been saying. We've been saying, don't do that shit. But they did it because it's all about profit. It's not about progress for our rights. I think pistol stocks are something flying in our face that we don't have the rights to have SBRs without government intervention. That's why I say the NFA is the real thing we should be going after, not protecting pistol stocks. If we're spending money to protect pistol stocks and bump stocks, pistol braces, whatever, if we are spending money, if the national organizations are spending money to defend those things and they aren't currently actively trying to take down the NFA, then why do they exist? Are they there to protect us or are they there to protect the industry? Seems to me like they're there to protect the industry if that's what they're doing. So why should we give them money? They're not protecting us. If they were protecting us, they'd be going after the NFA. So that's just kind of summing it up there. Like I said, right now, the braces themselves are no more illegal than a regular stock. It's just the intent. When you put them on a gun, they're saying you've got creative intent there, or you had intent to create an SBR without proper paperwork. And that's not really far from the truth. Any of us that have been involved in all this know that that's not far from the truth. It's just that they were forced into saying it now because of people wanting to make more and more money off of this, get more and more interest, get GoFundMes, etc. So that's why they're doing it now. And no, they're not illegal. If you have one now, you can legally own them. If you've got it on a gun, like I said, keep your mouth shut. If you want to register it, if you're going to go to the point of saying, well, I'm going to register it because I'm going to do what I'm told, well, then put a regular stock on it and register it. But no one's going to register a pistol brace SBR. You would be, if you're that dumb, I feel sorry for you. And that's coming from me. Because you're even dumber than I am if you would actually register one of these guns with a pistol brace as an SBR. Because that's just stupid. But like I said, I hope that answers some of the questions. And I hope I was right on most of this. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that right there is the reality of the things. Like I said, they're legal. They're just not legal to intentionally build an SBR because the intent is illegal. And if you didn't know, it'd be almost impossible for them to prove intent. And the reason they're doing it now, the reason they're making a stink out of it is because they were forced into a corner by people who wanted them to take action so they could sell more product.